Hello sweet peas, welcome to this, your Are They the One reading. This is going to be a pick a card as usual, a little bit of a difference. So I have already picked 4 piles of cards. I have the Enchanted Tarot, the Work Your Light Oracle cards and the Fairy Tarot from Doreen Virtue. I'm also going to be pulling from Guardian Angel Oracle cards during the reading. However, in order to start, I've pulled 4 cards from the Divine Masculine Tarot, which I was absolutely lucky enough and grateful enough to receive a sampler of 32 cards from the makers, and they're just absolutely wonderful so far. And I thought you can choose which pile you are connected to with the Divine Masculine for each of these. Now, the reason that I chose the Divine Masculine is because this will be for anyone who wants to connect with a partner who is a male or masculine orientated. So if you have attraction towards them, if you're in a relationship with a man, or that's something that you can connect to here. I will also do one for those of you who are connected or attracted to women, or female in identifying people, but I do feel like this is going to be quite an interesting look. I mean, I didn't choose these based on the meanings of the cards. I choose these based on the images that spoke to me, that they said they wanted to come out. So we have the first one is Intuition, and that I believe is the High Priestess in typical tarot, but is that one number 1 there. This one is the Ace of Wands. We have the Three of Wands here. And then we have the Six of Wands. So I will allow you to just take a minute, take a meditation, if you will, on these 4 cards, and pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. And then after we're done with this, we'll start with pile 1 and go along. But this is if you're attracted to or in a relationship with anyone who is male or identifies as male. And it's basically just to give you an insight as to whether they are the one for you, whether you can make it work, whether you can get into the nitty-gritty of the relationship or potential relationship. So without further ado, let's go into the reading with pile number 1. Okie dokie, so for those of you who chose Intuition, this is for you. Let's see if I can pop him up a little bit. Actually, I might put him here. There we go. Alright, so let's see what's coming through. So your Intuition card is the Crumbling. Ooh, what are you clinging on to? Your Fairy Tarot cards, the High Priestess. There we go. We have the Emperor. Okay. Two of Winter, Princess of Autumn, and Three of Hearts. Ooh, lots and lots of stuff here. Okay, there's maybe a lot to unpack actually when it comes to your relationship and how things are working between you, or potentially. You have a lot of multiples of 2, so you have 2, 2, 4, 2. They're saying that's important. Yeah, they're saying that's very important. I mean, the odd one out is the Three of Hearts, but I feel like this could be a community of people for you guys. If I do go quiet at any point, it's just because I'm reading the signs and the intuition coming through and trying to pay attention to them. It feels to me like for some of you, you feel like this is the one. Like, this is the one, unequivocally. But there's also this little doubt in your mind that maybe you're taking it a little bit too seriously. Maybe you're over pushing it. Maybe you're looking too deeply into the things that are coming through emotionally for you. You don't want to just go straight on into it and have that kind of feeling of, oh yeah, the blaseness. Like, yeah, this is it. I'm just going to jump in with both feet, because there's always that thing in the back of your mind, what if it's not? And I feel a Taurian energy coming from this one. So this could be your practicality coming into your mind going, what if it's not? it says happy news about career and well thought out plans, I do feel like some of you may be wondering whether a relationship is worth sacrificing your career for. So there could be a feeling of I'm really spiritual, I'm really high up, but there's also that practical, ambitious side coming through here. And I think that with this person, it could be that they are very ambitious and they are quite practical, almost to the point of frustration. And there's something that may be that you're both very ambitious, or they have an idea of what they want to do that's kind of against what you want to do or you envision it. But on every other thing, you're gold. You know, every other subject, every other thought, opinion, you two are very in sync. So the High Priestess, you have two High Priestess here. So they're definitely on your level. They are very on your level. I feel like it's asking you to trust yourself a little bit more. And I also feel like some of you, again, you're wondering whether you should kind of dip your toe into the water before jumping in, which is absolutely fine. I recommend that to everybody. But I do feel as though this is something that's been playing on your mind for quite a while, maybe because of previous issues, but also because they have previous issues as well. There's something that feels like they are, or they could be, a little bit too reliant on the past and what happened in the past as an excuse to say or dismiss ideas that you bring to the table. So it could be that, oh well, no, I can't go on a weekend with you because what if we fight? We're stuck in the same air. There's always looking at what's happened in the past with this person. However, I feel like they're trying to let that go. They are trying to move themselves into a higher state of intuition, because they wouldn't be here in this card if it was anything that they were just ignoring. I do feel they're very practical. I do feel that they are very how to put it? I do feel that they are very internally strong, but emotionally, I feel like they have a really soft spot that they can't trust many people with, and they don't trust many people with. So if you have actually earned this person's trust, that is definitely something that you can be confident about within yourself, thinking that, oh, you know what, I've just earned this person's trust, and that's really, really amazing for me. Now, the Emperor card coming in, again, it's logic and structure to increase success, organization. I think career is very important, but they also know the value of love, and they also know the intensity of love. It reminds me of a book I'm reading at the moment, actually. Somebody who's very ambitious, who's incredibly, they're not above using people to get what they want, and in the book, not this, and they, you know, very much career focused, but they also have a very deep heart. They love passionately, and they know the value of that above getting, you know, more money. But I do feel that that drive is not going anywhere with this particular person. With this person, it seems like they are very ambitious. They don't seem to want to put things to one side very much. I think if they wanted to start a family, they'd want to keep working as well. And I think that this is something that they're having a struggle kind of marrying together, the thought of it. Again, this comes up here. The first word that leapt out at me on here was indecision. I think that there's a lot of toing and froing here. Like, are we right to be together? Are we not right to be together? I love you desperately, but there's also this wall in between, and it does feel like a wall, because it's okay, so it's kind of hard to describe the feeling that I just got, but it's kind of like something's come down in the middle between you. You are firmly planted, feet firmly planted on the ground. You are very much a person who, or people, who will not entertain flights of fancy unless it feels the right time. You know, you don't go, oh, well, I should be doing this, oh, but anyway, I'll just go off and do this instead. I think you're both very deeply committed, you're both very deeply rooted, and what this relationship calls for is more psychic intuition. It calls for more psychically inclusive cooperation between you two. Now, for some reason, either on their side or yours, there's a resistance to actually go into the psychic side of things. There's like maybe just a brushing off as, oh, it's all folly anyway, what can this... that is something that you both need. You both need to meet each other on a higher psychic level in order to actually process what you need to do in order to come across. So as to whether these are the one for you, I do think that they're incredibly important people. They are very important people and they should be included in your life, and there is a real possibility that you can go the distance with this person. I never subscribe to the fact that there is only one person. I should have put that in the beginning, there's a disclaimer, but there's never only one person that's true. There are many different levels of soulmate, but I do feel that this person is in your life for a reason, a very specific reason, and there is absolutely no reason at the moment that you should not be entertaining the idea of going the long distance with them. However, this is going to take some work, and this is going to take some probably deep conversations with them if they're able to come through. But again, it's kind of like they're hanging on to something from the past. They're maybe thinking too much about what came before and comparing what happens now to what came before, and oh, it's just going to happen again. Well, it will if they haven't learned, and if they go back into the same sort of thing. Of course it'll happen like that. Of course they'll just repeat the same pattern. But I do feel that there's a stubborn, very responsible nature with them. Maybe they were left really young, but I do feel that they have a big heart. They have so much to give. They're really practical, but they also love very passionately. This could be also the Three of Hearts to many people in their life. They could come from a big family, feel responsible for their family, or they could feel responsible for some third party that gets in the way of quality time together between you. It could be an ex of theirs and the family that they've made with the ex, and then trying to cling on to that hope that there's something still able to be restored there. That's a very small percentage, 20% of you will get this one, but there's also this feeling of they want to create something new and they want to create it with you. But I do feel also this could be friends, too many friends, who know everyone's business, and that could be something that's putting them off a little bit from being emotionally open with you. But I do feel that this person is incredibly intuitive. When they reach a certain stage, it will be unlimited. It will absolutely flow. And I think that if you can get over whatever it is that's blocking both of you, this could be a pretty damn beautiful relationship. I'm just going to get some cards. Okay. Alright, so let's just see what the guidance from your angels is. Divine order. Okay. So this one basically says that everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. This kind of pertains to, I think, what was happening before, in that there is a reason you two are together, and you're trying to maybe form order or keep order, or restrain emotions going on, because what if? But everything is how it needs to be. You two both have to work through this, or else I don't think you can go the distance. And there's definitely a feeling of connectivity with this person that I think transcends a lot of other situations. It's almost like you're magnets and you keep coming back to each other, and there's something that seems like it has to be at the right time. You are going to get the right time, and you are going to feel very blessed because of it, because when it happens in its proper state, you'll be absolutely worth the wait. But I hope this helps you, my lovely, lovely group ones. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you, and as always, I'm available for all questions and social links down below if you want a reading, etc. But in the meantime, I wish you the very best of luck. Take care of yourselves, and I'm now going to move on to group 2. Hello my lovely group 2s, so you would have chosen the Ace of Wands, and I'm just going to put, well, as soon as my candle's gone out, I'll pop him over there this time. Okay, so let's see what's coming through for you guys in this pile. I will also be doing some cards from the Guardian Angels Oracle deck as well. So, are they the one? Let's have a look. Ooh, Mirror. Okay, quite interesting. Prince of Winter, the Lover's card, 10 of Wands, and King of Cups. And then for this one you have the Ace of Swords. So immediately you could be with or interested in somebody with a very strong air sign in their chart. Aquarius rising is what's coming through to me most of all. But you definitely do have somebody who's very intellectually driven on the cards here. Ace of Wands, you know, in itself, like a spark of creation. It could have been a spark between you that you did not anticipate to actually generate this creation, and you know, this wondering as to whether there is something going on between you. So I do feel that there's something very deeply embedded here. Ten of Spring is the Ten of Wands, which is coming through to me saying ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighted down by too many responsibilities. But the thing that's coming through here is that somebody, I feel like this is the partner, or this is the potential one that we're talking about. I feel like they're telling you to let something go. They're telling you to play, to live more. They're filling in the gaps that maybe you have created within yourself or just naturally have in yourself. You know, the best people that are for us are always somebody who complements the things that we may not be the best at. And I feel like this person may actually see and recognize the things that you're letting pass by in order to, you know, live your life, but they kind of come forwards and say, you know what, maybe you should do this, or maybe this is an option. They seem to be like a jigsaw puzzle, so I do feel that they're very strongly connected with you. Could be also a water sign or have the characteristics of a water sign, which would be Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer. Similarly, if they have an air sign strongly there, it could be any combination of January, Gemini, Aquarius or Libra. Some of you may actually be courting somebody with a January birthday, or something important happens in January, because they did slip that into my mouth a little bit. So I do feel that this person would be leading with their heart a little bit more. They say honourable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted. I do feel that, again, excellent advice that comes from the heart. They want you to be happy, and that I think is a very strong and good contender for having them be the one. They seem to be almost your partner already. I don't know whether they are your partner already though. For some of you, and I want to say 50-50 here, for some of you they are not with you yet, or they can't be with you yet, or there's something that they're not there beside you. For others, you actually do already know of them or have known of them. They really do want the best for you. They feel like they want you to succeed. They want you to be emotionally connected and emotionally driven. And I do feel that there's a lot going on with regards to how they want you to breathe something, either new life or something, into a very deep and connective state, if that makes sense. Probably not, but there's just something that feels like they want you to do well, they want you to succeed, they want nothing more than for you to just release anything that's causing tension in you, and just to be free to make your own choices and decisions. They want to be your equal. And I think this is kind of where this comes from here, the Mirror card. Who or what is triggering you? This could be that they are your reflection, so their dark spots may show up within you as well. So you could share some traits that are not nice with each other, that could maybe rub up against one another a little bit the wrong way, but on the same level you also have things and qualities that fill each other's gaps as well. So you could possibly kind of step away from things a little bit too often, or you could say yes to everything, and they could bend over backwards to do things for others. So they know from their experience that what you need to do is also take a step back, and they probably know that they need to take a step back too. But there's something that they kind of blend in with you very well. I do feel that it's kind of looking at your shadow selves and actually thinking, you know what, we can work on this together. So as far as if they are the one, I do think that they've got some good qualities that could match you very, very well. I mean, I don't think there's only ever one person, but I do believe that there's something that's written here that they are meant to be in your life, and they are meant to be there. They're very much meant to be with you and love you and take care of you as a unit. But they're not just there to do everything for you. This will be some, and you're not there to do everything for them either. There's going to be something that is coming forwards a little bit. True love that is long lasting, choices made from the heart, and a return to good health. Now here it looks like actually like they're hand fasting a little bit rather than getting married, because I don't think for some of you marriage is an option. You just don't want it, or it's too complicated, or you know, for outside reasons. But I do honestly believe that there's a greatness here, and for some reason when I first saw this card I thought this was an 8. And 8s are very auspicious. They're very much about the unity and synchronicity, very good fortune. So I wouldn't say that you're on the wrong track at all here. It feels like there's a great deal of emotion coming from this person. They do feel like they have sensibility but also emotion, so they know how to work with both things, their intellect, and they know how to work with their spark and passion and their emotion guiding them. The Ace of Swords actually comes for us to say there may be a separation coming in here. Now it could be that, you know, they are yet to separate from a legal situation. It could be that you are the one yet to separate from a legal situation, or the fact that you are both too caught up in outside things to actually see straight. But this is a sort of truth. This is actually being honest and true, direct about things, being open, honest, trying to connect with yourself, trying to connect with them, wanting to open up, wanting to succeed, and also having that victory. There could be an opportunity that's bringing forth a new generation for you, something that's really strong in nature but also in method, they wanted me to say. So I don't know what that means, but you may actually know what that means. Maybe you have to be strong and also physically strong, if that makes sense. But actually looking at this, I was reminded of the Star Trek pin. So maybe you do have a connection to some kind of hobby of each other's, maybe space. They may love Star Trek, you may love Star Trek. There could be some shared hobby or shared passion between you. There could also be some connection to, oh, I want to look at the stars, so do I. There's something like it's paying attention to the stars and the heavens with this. So let's see what advice the guardian angels have to say for you. Sorry if you can hear some dogs barking, by the way. That is my neighbour's dog. They just do it randomly throughout the day, and I can never tell when they're actually going to do it or not. So I do apologise if you can hear that. 3 by 3, that's what they're saying. Okay, so 3 by 3, I don't know what that means. But to any of you who resonate with that, they're saying 3 by 3, 3 by 3. It's kind of like the animals went 3 by 3. It's something like maybe there's a third person in the mix here. And that's the one that's really like, oh, I know I should be with this person, but they're just in the way. And, you know, you can't begrudge them, but at the same time, eek. Okay, so nurture and clear your space. So as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. I think this connects to this. You're taking on too much, maybe to distract yourself, and they're kind of encouraging you to play a little bit, to set some responsibilities down, play a little, explore the happiness that you want to experience. And then clear your spaces, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. This is not just about spring cleaning. This is about having a look at your life and seeing who matters and who makes your life richer. And I don't mean like money, I mean worth the while. If they don't fill you with joy, it's kind of like, what's it called, marrying your friends. So if they don't fill you with joy, if they don't, oh, I do love them, I think the world of them. If they don't do that, then just push them to one side. If you feel like any talking to them is a chore, or if you feel like reaching out to them and you're just going to get a snap back, anything like that, you should actually just walk away. Make sure that you put yourself to one side. And I also feel like clearing your space and getting rid of things, doing the things you need to do, signing the contracts that you need to sign, getting rid of things that you don't need anymore, all that is going to help you with your soulmate relationship, with your the one. Because I do think that too much clutter in the mind and in the heart, you won't have space for a relationship. You won't have space for a relationship with this person, and the same goes for them. They need to do a clear out as well. they need to do something, I feel, to actually maneuver themselves into a place where they're ready to receive you, and they need to also be able to trust themselves, and they also need to show you that you can trust them. That's very important here. But I do believe that on all these cards there's a really positive vibe coming through here. Again, it could be Aquarius, I did get that first, January birthday potentially, but ultimately there's a very strong push here and a pull that I do feel that you're very chemistry drawn together, and there's something that's very much I think not resolved yet, but they are definitely somebody to watch, and I do feel that they will enrich your life or have the potential to enrich your life. Let me know in the comments below if this makes sense to you or if this resonates. I do hope that you have the best of luck with this. Do let me know. If you need to get in touch with me, all my readings and socials in the description box. But in the meantime, thank you so much for being here and listening to this reading. Speak soon, and I'm going to go on to group number 3. Okie dokie, group 3. You would have chosen 3 of Wands. So he would be very much, well, you've obviously found somebody or thinking of somebody who is staring out in a wistful sort of travelling maybe way, and that could be quite interesting to see what comes through. Where should I put you? There or there? I might pop you there. Alright, so let's see what your cards are. So I'll start with the Work Your Light Oracle, and this would be Inner Temple. Okay, so it might be a very spiritual person. The 9 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, wow, Ace of Swords and 6 of Swords. This is really good. And then you have this one, which is the 10, wow, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, you have a really strong set of cards here, like really strong. Let me just see what's coming through as well, because I do channel a bit now. I don't always just go from the actual cards, so it might be interesting to see how they come through. Okay. I feel like the person you're inquiring about has been through a lot. They may be recovering from something, and they may be either, you know, recovering from a horrible relationship or an addiction or something that just seems to have been quite on their shoulders. Seems to have been very intense, but now they're kind of chilling out a little bit more. I do see so many signs that are coming in here saying, yeah, they seem to be pretty darn good. Similar to group 2 actually, but not exactly the same, because I feel like this person is probably more spiritual. The reunion, or maybe you are being reunited, but the union itself would be quite spiritual in itself. I feel as though there's a lot of cord cutting going on of the past, of the things that have held them back, of things that have been too twisty and not really nice for them to experience. There's a lot going, especially this is the way that I'm seeing the cord cutting here. So the Ace of Swords and the 6 of Swords. So from cutting off and speaking the truth as they move along, this is very much saying that they have a sense of moving from one place to another. Yeah, it just says don't be deterred by challenges along the way, and I don't feel that they have. And I think the thing is for you not to be deterred by anything that they may present as a challenge either. I don't believe, though, if they keep challenging you, like being very confrontational or deliberately difficult, which is maybe 1 or 2% of you who are experiencing this, that is not the right vibration to be among. So if they keep actively challenging you and being very aggressive in their challenging, that is saying that they're not ready, there's an imbalance, and you're absolutely free to move on. So that is something that they want to tell you, the spirits want to tell you, is that if you've seen this person be very pushy and being very aggravated about things, that is a challenge that goes beyond what they're saying here. The challenge that this means is that they are still presenting some things like scheduling, or they're still going to meetings, or there's still something that they're trying to go through that may be something that could set off your own inner self and your own demons. But honestly, it feels like you are supposed to communicate very prominently, and I do feel that you will find a way of working together, because the positive changes card is very much about them overcoming obstacles. I don't know why that just something just fell off behind me. Maybe I'm not alone. But there's something that seems to be coming out of his shell. He's going past obstacles. It feels like there's something that he feels like, okay, I'm heading into a new phase of my life now. Now, as to say, are they the one? I feel like there's a potential here. You got Nine of Summer, which is Nine of Cups. This is the Wish card. So this is basically exactly what it says. Dream fulfilled, a magical time of life. You should be feeling very good about yourself and about the relationship that's coming forward as well, because it does feel like there's something that he wants to bring forwards. He wants to bring into the mix. He wants to give it to you, I think, in a very honest way. But there is this thing saying you've wished for this relationship, or you're wishing for this relationship. There's either this barrier to overcome, or there's this you have to deal with. It may be a side effect of your wish. You know the thing where they say be careful what you wish for? If you've known that this is the person that you've wanted to be with for quite a long time, or this is somebody that you have been with, this feels like the troubles and you're still wishing for it. Or if you don't know the troubles, get to know them and then see if you still want to wish for it. Because I know some people go, oh, I can handle it, it's fine. Maybe in reality you can't. And I'm not saying that that's a reflection of your ability or inability or whatever. I'm just saying that sometimes people are too much for us. And no matter how emotional we want to be with that person, sometimes it's just too much. It's too beyond what we can do. So I do feel, just keep that in mind. Just, bear that in your senses, and I think that's going to be absolutely fine when you hit the ground running with this person, because Eight of Spring or Eight of Wands is very much about very fast moving things. This is about stress that comes from having too many things happening at once, or stress or sudden challenges, but I don't see the Eight of Wands as being this all the time. I feel this as being very quick, very sharp. Whether that be good or bad, it's very rapid change. So it could be something that you've tried to talk to them about something and they haven't got back to you yet, and then suddenly everything all at once, and they dump everything on you and they say, yes, I love you, I blah blah blah. So it could be that if there's a reunion happening here, or even if they've been holding back. But I do believe that the stability with this person, and I do believe that there's something coming in that gives them a sense of connection with you, that they can trust you, that they're coming in, but that has to be reciprocated. So you have to be able to trust them, and you have to be connected with them. And I do see, like, are they the one? You came here to know if they're very strong for you, if they are very connected to you, and I do feel that they are. I do feel that they're very important. I feel that they're quite in touch with you. I feel like they're very, how to put it, they are a good match, but again, it's going to take some work, and maybe more work than you would think that the one is supposed to be. Because, spiritual people, or people who want to make money from spiritual community, they tend to spin things and say, oh, this person is the one, and therefore it's going to be easy. That's not always the case. And I think that you kind of understand that. You understand that ain't always the case. I love this person to bits. I see them flaws and all, and I want to be with them. And that's absolutely brilliant if that's the case as well. And if you know the trials and tribulations that you're going to have, or that you have had, or if they have had, I think you're going to meet in the middle and actually feel very blessed by it. Ten of Pentacles, this is a celebration of it as well. This is you and your fortress together, being very connected to each other, being very in tune with what one another desires, with what one another feels like they can be. And I do feel that they themselves may have started becoming a little bit spiritual. They may want to not put a name to it, like I am Christian, or I am spiritual, or I am pagan, or whatever. But it could be somebody who
actually looks and tunes into what their head and the heart are saying a bit more now, and that they treat themselves with respect. They, watch what they're putting into their body. They watch what they are doing, the people that they're around, the people that they're investing in. And I think that that's something that they're taking onto a cause, they're taking this feeling of wanting to be, I want to be involved in the environment, or I want to be involved in this, and that is what's now going to drive them. And I feel like you're going to connect with them on that level as well. Now, I've just got the Angel Oracle cards just to see what advice they have for you. Alright, so this one, whoa, that was being very jumpy. Chakra clearing is one of them, and then I'll just grab the other one. Okay, and the other one was gifts from God. So let's have a see here. Both of them seem very interconnected with the third eye, so yeah, I do believe that there's something coming in here, but there's a redness from this card that's saying about the root chakra. So there may be something, again here the red, so there may be something that they're trying to deal with in their basic, this is the root of who I am, and then they must see themselves as a gift. And I do feel that your partnership may be a gift to each other. There could be something that, yeah, even though there's been hardships, it's bloody beautiful when we're together. And that could be something that, cleansing, both of you may need recovery from health issues. Just cleanse yourself and then raise your vibration so it's better for you with each other. And I do feel that, interestingly actually, sorry, I know I went on a little bit of a thing there, but both of these are ons. So in angel lore, the ons were humans who became angels, and the ELs and the Ariels and the whatever, they are usually pure angels, but these are the ones who ascended from humanity to become angels. And I feel that this is very much a sense of very basic carnal human experiences, all that wonderful stuff is now transmutated into being a higher self, higher form of love, higher form of understanding of a relationship and what it should be. Now, if you are connecting with this person just for the first time, I think you're going to be absolutely at the right moment. If you are somebody who's coming back to them or in the relationship already, this is probably going to be better. It's going to be getting better, and it's maybe something that you need to overcome first before you can connect with each other a little bit more. But I hope this helps you. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated, and I am taking suggestions for future pick a card readings. I know there's been some asks about finances and stuff, and I will do that very soon. But in the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, and I will speak to you very soon. I'm about to go on to group 4. Hey everyone, this is group 4, and I've had to, we're losing the light really quickly. So between me taking off my nail polish and doing some errands at the last hour and coming back to sit down, it's just completely gone dark. So I'm actually using, the whole reason you can see my hand, I'm using an artist box, an artist light box, just to see if I can get some light on it, and it should be able to show you the cards a lot better. Yes, it does, that's great. Okay, so you would have chosen the Six of Wands, this very strong, broad, masculine person who's kind of yelling his success or his victory at somebody over there somewhere. But let's have a look and see. Your tarot cards are Strength, well that's displayed there, Renewal, Nine of Swords, Six of Spring. Another tarot card is Six of Hearts. Actually, you have Six of Wands twice, so this is a really good sign. It's a lot of victory and personal growth. And then you have Six of Hearts, which is Six of Cups, so it may be nostalgic. And then, yes. So the question, are they the one? The answer is yes. Now, I feel a lot from these particular cards. There is such boundless energy. There's a lot going on that may need to be channeled just a slight little bit, because it could be an energy to excess. It could be something that's really bolding forwards and just being completely taken off guard. And I feel like there's something that really feels almost untethered, and that could
frighten a few of you, that could be like, wow, I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe when you first met them, or, as you got to know them, there was like this bang, and it just felt like the big bang of the universe, and oh, I didn't anticipate this. So there could be something that's coming forwards from that's now giving you a sense of understanding in a way, and that's actually bringing itself in a better standing for you. But yes is a brilliant card to have. Yes is basically, it says just say yes as well. It's basically encouraging you to jump out and go, okay, let's experience this. Let's see what this is. Let's see if we can make something work. So it's about not being afraid of this potential outcome, of this potential person or union. This is about being happy and going with the flow. I mean, many opportunities, I get readings from people who say, should I go for this opportunity? Is it the right thing for me to do? And this comes out more often than not. Because if you're really wanting something, you just need permission sometimes from some higher power to give you the okay. And I think with this one, this is more saying about, yes, if you're worried about the feelings, that's fine. Maybe it's very overwhelming. Maybe there's something that you're feeling a little bit, whoa, okay, and it's just taking you by surprise. But I do feel that there could be some kind of reunion going along here. Or it could be that they remind you so much of something that you used to do, or they are in a similar place as to where you used to be. It could even be that they remind you of a place where you grew up, or who you used to be when you were a teenager, or something like that. And it feels a lot like a nostalgia thing, like they bring something back to you, if that makes sense. And I feel that within them, they are somebody who looks at the past. They are somebody who very much appreciates the past, because if it wasn't for their past, they wouldn't be here now. They wouldn't have made the choices they made. They wouldn't have connected to the people and the things that they needed to connect to. And I think that's kind of them saying, look, I'm grateful for you, thank you. They always take the high road. Or if they don't, they should, because I feel like there's maybe 2% that don't. But this is somebody who's incredibly strong, somebody who's very open, very bolstered by some things. So I do feel that they're very, I don't know, I just get this, yes! They may be a fire sign person, but I just get this double fire energy, this double 6 of Wands energy. And even as it says here, wonderful news on its way, smart choices, bringing rewards, success and public recognition. It could be somebody who is in the public eye, but it also feels like it's a whirlwind potentially. And you can't maybe trust your feelings because society has been telling you, you can't do this if it's a whirlwind. You should not commit if it's a whirlwind. You need to have at least 4 years or whatever it is that they say nowadays in order to, get that feeling from them, in order to know. I mean, yeah, it could be chemistry. There's just a chemical in your brain and you're feeling on a high. But sometimes you know what you know. Sometimes, yes, you feel kind of a lust towards somebody. Other times, there's this spark that can come from non-sexual connection. From this spark that I love their mind, I find them fascinating, and you're drawn to them for different reasons. And I think that this could be somebody who is a very strong person. When you're around them, they feel very like they've got a good draw to them. And here as well, you've got strength. It could be a Leo, or have heavy Leo in their chart. Grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. I do feel that they have overcome challenges, because 6 of Wands twice is about getting over something, being victorious, self-esteem raising. So yes, they could have actually been down and out, but they're not begrudging of the past. They always keep it in mind and use it as life lessons for the now. So it feels like that's very strong. The power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. This is also actually a message for you, whoever's chosen this. This is a message that maybe comes across as being a little bit flight of fancy. But the main thing that they want you to know is that you deserve happiness too. You don't have to go into this thinking, I want to make them happy. What about them making you happy? What about them making you very positive, making you feel good about yourself? What about them being an equal here, because I do feel that you are wonderful and you need to be shown as much. Maybe they should be asking, are you the one? There's something that comes forward that, they're probably very interested, but are you the one? Or maybe they should be asking those questions. I do feel though that within this card there's such a lot of strength here, and you have 2 twos actually, so this is all about the duality of it, and this is feeling that there's a lot of potential. But it is about, again, here, renewing the past, or reviewing the past, sorry, and the present, so you can actually plan a bright future. And again, it's kind of this feeling of we want to be together. Looking at the past, yeah, it hasn't worked out very well, but I know what I know now, so I can maybe make a new start in this relationship. I do feel that there's something that kind of combines these. It's the right time, or it's the right moment, and I do feel spring a lot with these as well. So maybe there's something in the spring that you're going to start seeing things flourish. However, they do want to say, Nine of Swords, there is an unfounded fear here. Maybe you're losing sleep over something. Maybe you're constantly trying to seek guidance about this, and you're constantly going to tarot readers like me, or psychic gifts people and stuff, just to see, is it real? Is it real? Is it real? Am I just making this up? Is my brain giving me the wrong signals? There's this feeling of, I don't want this to be the same as it always is, or I don't want this to just be me wishful thinking. And that's fine. Everybody who has been burned, everybody who has been just completely out of base here, that could be something that's very connected to your inner workings and your inner shadows that you need to outwardly address by doing something. So maybe the thing you need to do is make yourself available, make yourself challenged to go ahead and see what this is. Maybe you need to connect with somebody. Maybe you need to, figure this out with this person. I'm not saying, for some reason, I just got this feeling of a panic, because it was almost like you had to go and talk to them about your feelings. That's not what I'm saying. But if you are panicked at the moment about talking about your feelings, don't worry. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm suggesting is that you do explore the potential of something by spending time with them, seeing if it ebbs and flows over time, see if it gets stronger. I feel like that's going to be something that tells you whether this is just a bright spark or whether this is something deeper. Now, I've known people who, when they have this type of connection, they go to, well, I've had it on myself, on the phone. I get them every day. I don't do phone tarot anymore, but I used to get clients every single day, the same people, asking me the same questions, because they just would not trust themselves. They would not trust themselves to make the right decisions without being guided or approved by me or the cards or something else. This is kind of saying, are they the one? Yes, they are. There's so much positivity here. Yes, it can be overwhelming, but you choose now what to do with that. You choose now if you want to go ahead and see if there's something here. Why did you have a doubt? Is it because you legitimately don't think they're right for you? Is it because there's something else going on? If there is, maybe that's a legitimate reason to go to a tarot reader. But going to a tarot reader for permission, I don't feel is what you need right now. Take your own initiative and go forwards and be very strong about what you need to do here. Now, I'm absolutely willing to give guidance, as you well know, or you should know, because this is what I do, this is what I love. But at the same time, I just feel like sometimes you just need to get up and do it. And if it all falls apart, then you can come to me. And if you're like, I don't know, at least you did something for yourself. And I really, truly feel that's the right thing for you to do. Nobody wants to fall flat on their face. Absolutely nobody wants to fall. It's unpleasant. It feels odd. It feels awful, actually. So I understand nobody wants to get into this and think, I failed completely. But if you're asking permission, whether this is the right one? The answer is yes. Alright, so let's have a look. Prosperity. All is well. You're fine. Everything is happening entirely as it's supposed to be. There's hidden blessings you'll still understand. If you don't understand them now, fine. Maybe you're not meant to. Sometimes we're given things to work through, and it can be very difficult to know that we have all the facilities in order to make sense of it at that point in time. But as you go through it and as you learn, you then realize, okay, yeah, it's fine. Prosperity. Your material needs are provided for as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So if there's a financial issue here, like he's invited me to Australia, do I do this? Or I don't know, they've got this party going on a few times over and it'd mean me having to spend gas money to go. You know, maybe there is an investment that you can do here, but trust that you'll be provided for. If you go with your gut feelings and you don't second guess your intuition, I think this is going to be absolutely fine for you. You are going to be prosperous no matter what. Even if you take a stumble, it's still going to be okay. But let me know in the comments below how things go for you. I'm very excited for you guys. And as always, if you have suggestions for future picker cards, let me know. All my links is to get in contact are in the social bar below, or description bar or whatever. But thank you very much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. Best of luck in all you do, and I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. Take care.